everybody, my name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Good afternoon. Today is Sunday and I'm at home here in Rochester. It's a bit chilly today. The sun's out but it's chilly still. So Alexa, wait a minute. Alexa, what's the time, please?
The time is 12:22 p.m.
So it's 12:22 p.m. So I managed to get up this morning. Had a fairly decent amount of sleep. Yesterday was a bit crap. There's a smell of weed in the lift. So every time you go down in the lift, woo, there's a smell of weed in there. So I didn't go down in the lift this morning. I smelt the weed in the lift last night. I just went down the stairs, threw my rubbish out, a load of crap on the bin store floor. I think there's an empty box of panty liners or well, whatever. Like someone's ripped open a bag to see what's in it, and obviously they didn't find very much. So I put my rubbish in the bin. I'm not picking up other people's dirty personal hygiene items with my bare hands. Walked across the road. I haven't been in the cart this morning, not even for milk, no, because I got 2 4-pinters of milk that'll last me. There's only one of me that lives in this flat. So I walked up onto the field and there was a lady with a red bobble hat and a parka coat walking a dog, and it was fairly quiet. And then when I came round, there was a lady with a husky, a big husky dog, woman. And then there was somebody else coming on with dogs when I was coming off, so everything was okay. I came home into my flat. It's been fairly quiet-ish, on and off, just normal noise. Just been listening to a couple of things on YouTube about hospital security challenges, and just someone on YouTube talking about his experience of being sectioned and put in a mental hospital, and how he swallowed mint oil and was unable to, mint essential oil, and he was unable to eat for ages. That's what I was listening to on and off. These videos come up on my YouTube. When I log into my YouTube and I go to home, these videos come up. So I was just listening to some nurses talking about how they'd been attacked and verbally abused in a hospital by patients. It's really, really deeply disturbing. Also, this heroin addict living in a block of flats, touting for business. She's actually, I think that, I don't know, she's on YouTube, this ex-prostitute heroin addict with a bun in her hair and glasses. I think she used to tout for business in a block of flats, but it's very extremely thin, selling videos and photographs of herself so that she could get hold of some heroin. And of course you can tell a drug addict they're extremely thin, aren't they? So I've been listening to all sorts of things. I'd been in for about an hour, and yesterday I ordered a beanie hat, a cheap one. I didn't expect it to come today, and then the buzzer rang. A guy in a fluorescent jacket rang my buzzer. And I've got my beanie hat in here. I'm Crystal. I've got a bright orange top on today from Amazon. Fruit of the Loom. Bright orange. Open it. Really cold these past couple of days. Freezing. It's got pearl effect beads on it. Pearl effect beads. Looks fairly decent. Crazy Girl Accessories. Crazy Girl Accessories off of Amazon. It's lined inside. 100% acrylic. So it's lined. There's a little pearl effect beads. Let's have a look. Don't call me Papa Smurf now, it's not a blue hat, is it? It's yellow. I like it. I like it. So, I went downstairs in the lift to get my parcel, and the weed. And you know when it starts to get towards spring and you want to start going out on the balcony and watering your plants and stuff like that. So I went out onto the balcony to water my plants after going in that lift, and it stank of weed and I almost fell over. It's like this. Like, where the fuck am I? I'd inhaled weed when I came off the field, and it was strong weed. Someone had obviously just stood there and just gone, and you could smell the drugs. And then I came into the building, someone's smoking drugs in the building, and you're just like this, you know, doing my washing, and I'm feeling like off my face. Like my eyes are stinging and I feel off my face, and this is what happened in my previous blocks of flats. I couldn't go outside because I felt wobbly on my feet. So I've managed to do my washing up without falling down, and my clothes. Been onto the balcony to water my plants. But just bear in mind that kids and young mums go down those flats, and there are elderly people as well. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you could go to doctors. Oh, I feel dizzy. Well, is it any wonder people feel dizzy when people are smoking drugs in the building? And this is why people are laughing as well, and you can't help yourself. I mean, today I've done something to my knee, and it's like on top of my knee, it's swollen. It's not a lump, it's like, so it's all swollen on the side of my knee. I don't particularly want to go around giggling and laughing, being stupid, because it bloody hurts, you know? But there you go. Everybody's off their face. So now I'm trying to sort out my balcony for spring. So it's like getting a couple of pot plants and pots and things to brighten up the balcony area, because I don't have a garden. So there you go. I've had a hot sausage roll. I'm sure my mother has rung me, and she rang after I went out this morning. Thank goodness for that. I'm going to listen to her voicemail message in a moment. I hope everybody is having a great weekend, but when you know, consider other people. Some people just cannot function without having a weed joint in their mouth. And I mean, you know, they can't wait till they get inside their flat to do it. They've got to blow it all over other people. And a lot of people have health problems. But even in the 60s, weed was about. I think the Beatles smoked it and all that. It's not going to stop. It's just something I can't stand smoking. I just can't stand it. I hate it. It just stinks. I mean, I had a shower yesterday and weed just smells of rotten onions, like you have a BO to me. So I wash my hair to go in a lift that stinks of body odour. Alexa, LBC Radio.
LBC London from Global Player.
Unlock exclusive features and content from LBC and even join the conversation.
Send a comment to LBC.
Just say, ask Global Player to link my account.
Same prescription. Conditions apply. Ask in store for details.
Quinton!
Hey, Harry.
Hello, mate.
Got any tips?
Sometimes, pal, your best bet is not to bet at all. And Bet Victor's app makes it really easy, simple and safe to do so. They've got lots of helpful features to help you manage your time and your spend online. But it also really helps that I can't find my blooming phone half the time.
Yeah, that does really help.
I don't even know where it is now. I can hear it, but I can't see it. Sandra?
Listen to Harry, and please gamble responsibly. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
It's time to scale up that fishmonger business, Anne. With free day-to-day online banking from Virgin Money, you'll be a big fish in no time. Now that's a real catch of the day. Open Virgin Money's M account for business now. UK excludes NI, Channel Islands and Isle of Man. 18 plus fees apply for chat and international payments. Terms and exclusions apply. Backed by the current account switch service. Virgin Money is a trading name of Clydesdale Bank PLC.
New customers get 12 months for the price of 11 at petsinatickle.co.uk. Use code 12 for 11. T's and C's apply.
On your marks, get set, go! Team Sonic are back inside your McDonald's Happy Meal to celebrate the cinema release of Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And don't forget about your choice of a book or toy. Some fun, some food, it's all inside this Happy Meal. Until 18th of Feb from 11 AM. Includes one pre-selected toy or book. The Sonic 3 range comprises toys, while stocks last.
What would you do if a loved one's heart stopped? Many of us will witness a cardiac arrest in our lifetime. That's why British Heart Foundation developed Reviver. Learning CPR with Reviver is simple. The award-winning digital training is free and teaches you CPR and how to use a defibrillator. Learn CPR today with Reviver. For more information, search BHF Reviver.
This is LBC with Ali Mirage. Call 0345 6060 973. Text 84850. Alexa, send a comment to LBC.
Ali Mirage on LBC. It's 12:34. What should our approach to asylum policy be? 0345 6060 973. Text 84850. The reason I'm talking about this with you is because we've got this latest news, of course, of this a Syrian asylum seeker being arrested on suspicion of killing a 14-year-old boy and wounding 5 others in this knife rampage in Austria on Saturday in the centre of Villach. Apparently, the suspect is said to be a Syrian asylum seeker with a valid residence permit and no criminal record. It follows, of course, just comes days after an Afghan man was arrested on suspicion of ramming his car into a crowd in Munich. That attack cost the lives of a 37-year-old mother and her 2-year-old daughter. And a suspect in that case was a 24-year-old who had his asylum application rejected 6 years ago. However, his deportation was suspended after he received a series of permits giving him the right to remain. Look, this is the latest of 2 cases in a long line of cases. The 6th German terror attack in the past 10 months. You've got Alice Weidel in Germany saying, you know, should this go on forever? And then you've got the March of the Freedom Party in Austria. What should our approach to asylum policy be? 03456060973. Ellie, I'll come to your call in a second. Steve says this, Ali, you're not comparing like with like. You've highlighted one attack in Germany and one in Austria. Yeah, 2 in a long line, by the way. By the same logic, the next logical step is that we should deport all London black people associated with stabbing in London, which by the numbers reported is way in excess of the numbers currently associated with immigrants. Steve, you see, I disagree completely with what you're saying. I don't agree with the premise. We have issues already in the country, right? Of course we do. Do you actually then willfully put yourself in a situation where you're dealing with more, or do you say, okay, we're going to allow people to come in, genuine asylum seekers, and if there are going to be some errant ones who want to kill us, that's it, fine, we suck it up. It's an approach. It's an approach, Steve, don't get me wrong. It's just not one that I think a lot of people genuinely in Europe are feeling comfortable with, and that's why you're seeing the rise of the far right. But I may be wrong. Elliot and Bushy, good afternoon.
Hi, Ali. Look, your last caller made me furious, unless I've totally misunderstood.
Go on.
He said we've got to understand why they do these things, or there's reason, his sort of upbringing, his religious background, his God-given thing. I'm sorry, Ali. You said he got to the crux of the matter. Well, yes, but he's coming, and this is all from the wrong perspective. We do not have to change our minds and our views to compensate for the way these people think.
I don't think he was saying that, Elliot. I don't
the
think.
impression I got.
Okay, well then you're entitled to the impression. Maybe I'm wrong. Go on, you finish your point.
If I can just finish, all I want to say is, people want to come to this country, and I'm delighted that they want to come to this country. People want to come to this country. They have to learn the language. They've got to behave according to our culture, our Judeo-Christian cultures, the way we behave to one another, our sensibilities and our kindness and our goodness. We are a good bunch of Brits, and we should be treated that way. And people that don't want to come to us, like the previous Australia Prime Minister once said a good few years ago, he said, you don't like it here, you don't want to come here, do yourselves a favour, don't come. Don't escape or leave the countries that you're coming from because you feel they are rough, they behead, they do horrible things, and yet come here and decry us. This is madness.
I agree with you completely, Elliot. To be fair to Neil, I don't think he was excusing this at all. I think he was saying that some people may actually be, this is what I heard anyway, be motivated by some kind of sinister ideology to cause the West harm. That's what I understood from what he was saying. Not what you understood, but you may be right. But that's, I think, to be fair to Neil, I think that's the point he was making. Now, on the crux of the point that you're getting to, Elliot, I agree with you. Then what should our approach therefore be? Because there will be genuine asylum seekers who are fleeing persecution, who a lot of people, including myself, would like to try and help, although we can't have open borders, we've got limited space and limited resources. We can't take everyone. And to the point that Steve Valdez-Simmons made, poorer countries are taking a lot more than we are. But what do we do when these attacks can persistently keep happening and you see the rise of right-wing parties across Europe? We can't do nothing, can we?
No, I totally agree with you. And my answer, and it may not be the right answer, but the fact that you've asked me, this is my response. Look, every time I keep hearing, whether it's in this country or a member of the European Union, like the example you've just given, it's always they had a record of, but it was suspended because they didn't send it back. Because the point is, the second there is an issue, I don't care what the judges say. The judges are wrong, and the law, therefore, is an ass and needs to be changed. The minute there is an issue of whatever type, gone, you've had it, finished. It's a right to come here. It's a privilege to be with this country. And the judges and the people in charge are not adopting that attitude. You know, I heard the other day, I think it was on your programme, I thought it was a joke. It's like, we're the laughing stock of years, Ali. So it was something like, the guy didn't wouldn't go back home to where because he didn't like the chipolatas or something. I mean, this is. I couldn't believe it. I thought this is slapstick comedy.
I think the serious point you're making is that the law is in the wrong place, and I sense this myself. I do think that the law is now increasingly becoming an ass, not to be confused with the posterior of someone's body. An ass in the sense that you're right, but it is becoming an ass because this is why so many people feel that the judges and the law and the legal system, well-meaning though they are in the wrong place, and the law therefore is not up to date, it's not workable, it needs to therefore be changed. The lawyers have to do their job and implement it. If the law's in the wrong place, they need to be changed. Elliot, thank you for your call.
So change it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Elliot. Appreciate it. Gabe.